All right, you guys, welcome back to some more 99. Last episode, we found out that the evil eye user struck again, so there's a second person that got turned to stone. We're not exactly sure where. Like the news said something about it, and then obviously we didn't get to see it in person. Then we practiced with Kujo, learning a little bit more about her powers, and that was good. We kind of got to test some of her limits, and she learned some new things about it that she didn't know before. So I'm sure that'll come in handy. And then let's see. Sora and Yoichi came over, of course, ruining the mood between me and Kujo. But that's how it goes. I expect nothing less from them. It was kind of funny though. Sora thought he was an intruder. But yeah, so that's where we're at. And we're gonna continue on and see what the day has in store for us. Today I'm a bit late to my noon meal. I'm having ginger pork. Oh, sounds so good. I was holding out hope that Kujo might be around the cafe, but unfortunately she's nowhere to be seen. If she did have a shift today, it'd probably be in the evening. I really did come here hoping to see Kujo. Does that make me a stalker? No, I mean, you guys are friends. Why would that make you a stalker? Alas, gone are the days when I came to this cafe just looking forward to the grub. I hunched down in my seat and focused on eating. Oh, so I guess she is here. That was Kujo's voice. I look up to see her set down a plate across from me and take a seat. Yeah, go ahead.
あれ、九条も食事に来てたの？
私はお仕事上がったところ。おじいさまが帰る前に食べていけってまかないを作ってくれたの。
So I don't know if it was last episode or one of the previous episodes. I think Kakaru mentioned going to Nine Ball to eat, and I was like, why would she want to go eat at the restaurant she works at? I feel like that's probably the last place you'd want to eat, especially because you probably eat there all the time. But I don't know. It actually is kind of cute that she does that because, her grandfather does own the place, right? And she works there. I don't know. It's kind of cool that she has that kind of relationship and she can just kind of eat a meal there.
ああ、なんだ、そうだったのか。びっくりした。
私もいただき
Yeah.
ます。
I mean, that is true because he doesn't eat there at lunch usually. He always goes there for dinner, I feel like. She puts her hands together in prayer before picking up her fork. So we gotta eat Napolitana?
うまそう。
Never heard of that.
今度頼んでみようかな。
お客様にはちゃんと鉄板でお出しいたします。
Ooh,
鉄
fancy.
板？
そうそう。ステーキに使う鉄板のお皿。下に卵が敷いてあってね。美味しいよ。
Gosh, I love when you go to a Mexican restaurant and they bring out the sizzling meals. Oh, so good.
じゃあ次来た時頼んでみよ
お待ちしています。新見くんはどこか出かけてたの？
う。いや、家にいたよ、ずっと。
そうなんだ。遅い時間だからお出かけの帰りに寄ってくれたのかなって。
昼を避けただけ。混んでそうだったし。
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
あ、そうだね。休日のお昼はご家族で来るお客さんが多いね。夜は空いているんだけど。
休日までアルバイトお疲れ様です。
I know, does she ever I mean, obviously she does take breaks. I mean, she has school and stuff,
ありが
but
とうございます。でも好きでしているから。社会勉強にもなるし。
俺もバイトしようかなって思ってるんだけどな。なかなか踏み出せないんだよな。
アルバイトいいよ。大変だけれど視野が広がるし、お給料も出るし。
I mean, amen. That's absolutely true. It really does change your perspective. You get that sense of accomplishment, right? You feel like you're really doing something. You're putting an effort, and you're earning your own money. You're making your own way.
やっぱ給料は貯金？
あとね、月に1回だけ贅沢するの。
I don't know. When I was working, I mean, I did try to be really cheap about spending money and stuff, but sometimes you just need a really good meal. You need to spend a little bit more money. Go out and spend. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that nowadays because everything's caught up in price so much. But go spend $7 or $8 on a meal, maybe 10. If you're feeling particularly bold, because you work hard, you deserve it.
サコイチのカレー食べたり、モックのハンバーガー食べたり。
McDonald's.
ああ、なるほど。とんでもない贅沢だな。
I don't think anyone would consider going to McDonald's as splurging.
でしょ？ 500 円超えちゃうし、物によっては1000円近くするし。
Oh,
だから
wow.
月1回の贅沢なの。
You're a big spender. Better not take you to Las Vegas.
なんか九条が外食するってのが意外だ。
お金は貯めるだけじゃなくて、使うときはためらわず使うべし。
Interesting, okay.
かくん
そう。溜め込むだけじゃ経済が停滞しちゃうからって。だから使うことも大事なんだっておじいさまが。
Dang, we're getting a lesson on inflation right now.
なるほど。九条は1000円の贅沢で経済を回しているわけだな。
I love how he's very subtly making fun of her. Like, y'all see it too, right?
わ、1000円を強調した。どうせケチです。
Oh, frick. She noticed.
悪い。俺は親のすねかじってるだけだけど、やっぱ九条の考え方は立派だよな。
フォローしても遅いです。
あれ
あ、おかわり遠慮しないでね。
ああ、大丈夫。ありがとう。
We chat through the rest of our meal. We avoided talking about the artifact stuff, but right, when we're about done with our food, Kujo speaks to me in metered tone.
今日はこれから用事ある？
I mean, whatever you're doing, I'm
い
doing.
や、特に。
ね、よかったら
I
少
would
しだ
love
け
nothing
付き合ってもらってもいい？
Nothing
実
more.
験か昨日できなかった。
それもあるんだけど、今日はもう一度公園に行ってみたくて。あともう一箇所。
ああ、
Okay. I mean, oh, is that still there? Like, they haven't, like, taken that away already?
少しでも犯人のことわからないかなって。
But was the second accident at the same park?
手がかりか。
I mean, that's kind of,
何も残っていないとは思うけれど。
行くだけ行ってみよう。俺たちにしかわからない何かがあるかもしれない。
ありがとう。
じゃ、さっさと食っていくか。
今日もよろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
for some reason, we courteously bow our heads to one another before quickly finishing off the rest of our meals. Yeah, Kujo's a little quirky like that, but nothing wrong with that. Surprise twist to find myself together with Kujo yet again today. You know, you're going to her place of work. That's kind of where she works, you know? That's kind of where she would be. Part of me is ecstatic thinking about what a lucky break this is, but the rest of me is all too aware we're heading to the scene of our murder. Yeah, I mean, that would dampen the mood a bit. Gotta focus. Well, let's see if we can find something there. I mean, if there's a clue, that'd be great. We exit 9 Ball first stopping by the convenience store near the station. So, I was thinking about it. Is the victim of the evil eye user, is that just like a random person that they had something against and they were jealous of? Or is it entirely possible that it's another artifact user? Like, is this person targeting artifact users? Is my question. I don't know why I got to thinking about that more. And I was trying to find, like, okay, what's the motivation here? Also, thank you to everyone who's been, like, explaining to me what's going on in this game. I really appreciate it. Because I've had a few moments where, because I don't play this game every day, I forget lots of details. And some stuff just, like, is very confusing to me. And I'm, like, trying to, like, process it and get it all in my brain. So, seems like we're in for a long day, so we're gonna buy something to drink first.
贅沢しちゃった。コンビニでお茶買うの久しぶり。
It's been so long since I bought tea at a convenience store.
どうしたの？
I know, I really loved it that Japan has all those, like, vending machines everywhere. Like, they're like... I mean, we have those here in America, right? But, like, they're way cooler there.
納得いかないことがあってさ。
And they have vending machines for lots of different things. Not just drinks.
水がさ、
I've heard some
108円な
stories.
のはまあいいんだよ。
108 yen.
うん。
でもさ、これよりもっとでかいやつ、2リットルのやつがさ、
だよね。小さい方が高かったよね。
You're paying for convenience. It's the same thing in every store here. You're paying almost $2 for a bottle of soda that you could get way cheaper.
そうなんだよ。納得いかないんだよな。
And if it's in a vending machine, that it's probably... They might be keeping it cold. I don't know. The Japanese ones look like they do, so that'd be kind of cool.
理由があるのかな。他のコンビニでも2リットルの方が安いよね。
なんか損してる感じあるよな。ああ、いいや、そんなことは。行くか。
Yeah, like, why are we focusing on this? Let's go.
ペットボトルカゴに入れていい？
お、ありがとう。んじゃあ行くか。二人目の被害者の場所、公園のすぐ近くだよな。
It was next to the park, not in the park.
そうだね。公園通り過ぎて商店街の方に。
Just as Kujo kicks up her bike stand and starts to walk with it, she lets out a little gasp.
ニミくん、
She tugs at my shirt sleeve. Uh-oh. Who'd you find? Maybe 30 feet in front of us. Oh, so they're in range. Kosaka senpai is walking timidly, her head
こ
hung.
の状態が普段の高坂先輩なのかな。
Oh, good. Well, at least we have Kujo with us, so if anything happens, we should be fine.
見つからないうち。あー、しまった。
I'm guessing she noticed. Figure we should get while the getting's good. Like I said, I love the dialogue in this. But unfortunately, she notices us. Her eyes bug out and she starts fidgeting, shaking her head and putting her hand to her mouth like she's coming out with a case of nausea. She changed on
人
us.
格が入れ替わったな。
I'm sorry. I love these little references. I don't know. She's a psycho.
次に会った時にって言ってたな。こうなったら無視するわけにはいかないな。
Alright, Kosaka, what are you gonna tell us now? I'm already, like, not super pleased to meet your acquaintance. I feel like Noah is probably a much better person to talk to, and she, like, hated our guts. Kozuka-senpai holds the hem of her skirt and curtsies to us like a fox aristocrat. I give her a wave in return and walk up to her.
ですわね。こんなところで。
Ah, yes, so
そこのコン
unusual.
ビニで買い物をしてて、先輩は本屋ですか？
ええ。専門書など少々。
She puts her free hand to her cheek and smiles, lifting her shopping bag up to her chest by way of demonstration. Yeah, I can make out a couple of the covers. She totally just bought a bunch of manga. Really don't get this girl.
そちらの方は喫茶店にいらっしゃいましたね。九条美也子と申します。よろしくお願いします。そう。
The unbelievably cold reception is enough to make even Kujo's expression tighten. Kozuka-senpai flashes a narrow-eyed, provocative smile at Kujo, who is still frowning before quickly turning to face me once again. I don't know what's going through her head, but the next thing I know, she's grabbed my hand.
やはりあなたは私のないと運命を感じますわ。こんなところで出会うなんて。
Haruka, I don't want anything to do with you. I get bad vibes from you. I get, like, mommy-dommy vibes, which is normally a great thing, but I don't know. I also get, like, crazy yandere vibes, so it's like... I don't want to mess with that.
あ、はい。
よろしければこれからお茶でもいかがですか？
No,
二人きりで。
absolutely not.
いや、俺はこれから。
私の能力の秘密。
あー、いや、あるにはありますけど。
I don't trust her. I don't.
構いませんわよ。お話しします。
Please don't word it like that.
二人きりで語り合いましょう。ベッドの中で。
No. No. Don't stick your dick in crazy, okay? That's the saying, and I stick to that. Wait, nope. Ah, frick. Senpai's eyes shimmer alluringly. This is bad, it's just like last time.
あら。
Kujo thankfully steps between us, breaking Senpai's gaze as well as her grip on my hand, and I slip out of my trance. Yikes, close call, she used her power on me
申し
again.
訳ありませんが、新見くんはこれから私と出かけるんです。
I'm guessing one of the limitations of her ability is that she can't use it on women, so that's very important that we have Kujo around.
そんなのいつでもいいじゃありませんか。よくありません。
No, get out of here. Kujo gets a little snippy. Kosuka-senpai looks like she's ready for a fight, too. In pathetic display, I'm too intimidated to do anything and simply watch the two of them duke it out.
あなたよりも私と一緒にいたいと思いますの。
Scorned women tell lies, gentlemen.
そんなことはありません。新見くんは私と一緒に出かけるので。
Kujo's the only one for me. Get away.
本人に聞いてみましょう。いいえ、必要ありません。新見くん。
はい。
かける様、またいずれ。
え、
返事なんてする必要ありませんから。
はい、すみません。
Looking rather miffed, Kujo tugs at my arm and drags me away. After we trudge along in silence for a bit, Kujo peeks behind her, breathes a sigh, and lets go of my arm.
もういいかな。ニミくん大丈夫だった？
I don't know, you were holding on to me pretty tight, so I think I'm okay.
悪いな。
うん、ごめんなさい、強引に。ニミくんの目の焦点が急におかしくなったから。
ほんと助かった。躊躇なく能力かけようとしてきた。あの人、かなり危険だぞ。
Top tier dialogue. You saved my bacon there. So great. This translation.
自分
So
の
good.
思い通りにする能力だよね。他人というより異性。
Oh yeah. That's I mean, I've always kind of thought that, but I wanted to make it like known out loud.
逆ハーレム作ってたし、そうかもな。できれば仲間にって思ってたけど。
I think she'll join us eventually.
九条がそこまで嫌そうな顔するの、なかなかないよな。
I think she's one of those characters that likes to cause trouble, you know? Like they technically are on the good side, but they're like, let's see. They're like chaotic almost. Like you know that scale, right? They're like good chaotic. I don't know.
知ってる？
さっきもちょっと怖かった。
I have no idea. She might be a villain. Who knows?
必死でニミくんが危ないって。
I was in a lot of danger.
ありがとう。
Women are dangerous in general.
どういたし。
行くか。
Having overcome the surprising obstacle in our path, we regain our composure and head towards our destination. We walk past the park, but not quite the whole way to the shopping district. This area would be a nice, quiet residential district if it weren't for the railroad line and the train crossing. It gets quite noisy when a train comes passing through. I have a train by my house that passes by, and it's actually surprisingly quiet. I've never heard a train tracks that are this quiet. And it's really nice, because, you know, that would be very annoying if it was loud. The roads alongside the tracks are pretty wide too, and there's a pretty decent flow of foot traffic. However, according to Kujo, the people mostly clear out once night rolls around. The second victim was found on these very roads. Word is that they were found turned to stone, sitting leaned up against the fence near the tracks. There are flowers memorializing the victim at the scene of the crime, probably left by family or friends, but aside from that, nothing. Digging around for clues too would be in bad taste. I put our hands together in prayer and leave the crime scene. We visit the park afterwards, but here too there's nothing to see. As if to make us doubt whether the incident even happened, all we find is a bunch of kids shouting and playing. Kujo stares pensively at the bench, the same spot where the stone girl once sat. Maybe she had some sort of idea. She whispers, "I'm sorry," and sits down.
ニミくん、犯人はどんな人だと思う？
I mean, I don't know if people can have multiple powers. I've kind of pondered that. I'm not sure if that would be the case, but I can see Kosaka doing it.
一人目の被害者と同じ年頃の女の子か、女の子の扱いに慣れたイケメン。
それはなぜ？
そのどちらかなら警戒されずに近づける。
Yeah, I'm going based off the way she looked. It looked like she was texting somebody. I don't think it was like she just met up with somebody there. I feel like it was someone like maybe snuck up on her.
遠くから能力を使った可能性は？
多分ない。
理由を聞かせてもらってもいい？
あの子、苦しそうな顔をしていた。ってことは、表情を変えられるくらいの時間がかかるわけだ。石化に。
Yes, I still think that could be from a distance. I really don't think there was somebody there that like she knew was there and was like talking to or something, because it looked like she was really fixated on her phone. Like she was just kind of like chilling and texting. And then I'm guessing the petrification process like kind of happens gradually, like over like maybe a few seconds. So like you start to feel like your body turned to stone, you're like freaking out, and she's just on her phone and maybe it was hurting. I don't know. I'm just her looking at her phone and like looking in that like she's in pain kind of throws me off. I'm like trying to understand the situation.
姿勢が綺麗すぎた。 スマホを見てたそのままの姿勢で固まってた。普通体が石になったらもっとビビるだろう。
姿勢も崩れる。
I'm also bothered by where she was looking at. She wasn't looking at herself nor her phone, actually. Her eyes were off in some other direction. Okay. So I'm speaking a little too early then. Maybe the culprit was standing where she was looking. Perhaps they were holding her at knife point, ordering her not to move, and she averted her eyes out of fear. Yeah, I could see that one, actually. Okay. If that's the case, she wasn't looking at her phone, then yeah. Either way, her expression and apparent actions were unnatural unless the culprit was close by to influence her. In my opinion, this hardly took any deep thinking, but once I finish explaining, Kujo makes a little noise of agreement and nods, looking
理に
impressed.
かなってる。すごい名探偵。
1番目の被害者の状況からの推測だけどな。2番目はあんなところに倒れていたわけだよな。中学生だっけ？
Interesting. So they were a middle schooler, so this person wouldn't really have gone to school with them, probably.
そう、中学生。
やっぱ女かな。いくらイケメンでも夜道に声かけられたら警戒するよな。
あるいは石化以外のアーティファクトの力。
ああ、そうか。俺が言ったくせに複数持ちの可能性忘れてた。金縛りとかが？
Interesting. Okay. So that seems likely that they can have multiple artifacts. That seems like that's going to be a
あ
problem.
るいは高坂先輩のような魅了の力があれば。
じゃあさっきの推測まるで役に立たないな。
でも表情を変えられる時間があるって事実は重要かも。私石化は一瞬って思い込んじゃってたけど。
九条の能力が一瞬だもんな。
ソラちゃんもそう。けどアーティファクトごとにその能力も条件も違うはず。思い込みで話しちゃうのは危ないね。
せめてどういう力かもっと詳しく分かればな。
ソフィーさんからは何も？
セフィロトが管理しきれていないからこっちの世界に流出した。だから情報を求められても困るだとさ。
詳細は期待できない。
Sounds like they weren't doing their job if they let them get away from them.
そうなるな。
Okay. So, like, kind of what I was theorizing, not so much. A little bit different. After a brief sigh, Kujo looks up at the
どう
sky.
してあの子が狙われたんだろう。
さすがに身内の犯行ではないよな。
犯罪者の気持ちはわからないけれど、もし私が人を害するならできる限りランダムに選ぶかな。
I would only say that would be true in this case if they were still testing out their powers and trying to get an idea of it. Because I feel like I would say most murders are somebody you know, right? You don't just go around like killing somebody, right? Like there has to be some kind of motive. And I just don't see a motive for killing random people unless you were crazy and nothing else. But it's entirely possible that they could be testing out their power, and in that case you would definitely want to use random people to not associate yourself with them.
俺もそうだな。関わりのないやつを選ぶ。あと自分より弱そうなやつ。
弱そうな。じゃあ男性だよね、犯人は。女の人だったらもっと小さな子を狙いそう。
アーティファクトの能力によっては全部覆るのが厄介だな。
でも新見くんにソラちゃん、それに私、結城さんに高坂先輩、それにあの火事を起こした生徒。
So based on this criteria, it's all very like younger people, right? Like high school and below. We still haven't really gotten confirmation that there can't be like adults or maybe like someone who's a middle schooler or something. Waiting to see if anything like that pops up.
確認できている6人のユーザーのうち5人がうちの生徒。
偶然って言える確率じゃないな。
結城さんの学校にも私たちが知らないだけでたくさんいるのかもしれない。
魔眼のユーザーも学生である可能性が高い。
もっとも大人の人たちは私たちよりもっと賢くてうまく隠しているだけかもしれないよね。
Yeah, it could be a pedophile.
つまりだ、九条。
うん。
なんもわかんねえと。
I wouldn't say we don't know anything. We just don't have confirmation of anything yet. So we have some theories. we're running with them, and we just don't have any confirmation yet, which is very hard to get.
そうだね。
I wouldn't say we don't know anything, though. The two of us force a smile
現場
inside.
を抑えるしかないな。
あとは私の力だね。
ああ、おとりになるとか力ずくとか、そういう手段に出ず、安全に犯人を特定できる。
You know, that would be an ideal situation, but I'm sure it won't go that
記
easily.
憶さえ盗めれば。
そう。それがあなたの力なのね。
Ah, frick. We're just willy-nilly giving out our information here. Is that Noah? Someone steps out from the shade of the trees. Noah, what is this outfit? And why do I like it so much? It's the thorny girl who doesn't talk much.
勇気のは
It's so cute. It's like gothic lolly. Probably didn't expect us to learn her real name. Then again, that's exactly why I
私
said
の
it.
こと調べたのね。
九条のこと一方的に知っていて自分は名乗らない。フェア。俺は新見かけるだ。
結城ノアよ。もう知っているようだけど。
I think someone commented this is the same voice as Shiki Natsumi, right? I can hear it. She introduces herself with a sigh. I think that's very ironic that I'm playing two different games and they have the same voice actor for two of the characters. She takes a step closer with a hint of resignation.
なぜ結城さんがここに？
あなたたちの姿を見かけたから後をつけていた。
Ah, of course, because you have nothing better to do,
俺
right?
たちが悪さをしないようにか。
ええ。そうね。
正義の味方気取りか。
結城さん、もう一度聞かせてください。
何？
私たちと協力しませんか？
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
私の能力は他人から様々なものの所有権を奪う、いえ、借りる能力です。その力の応用で記憶を借りることができるはずです。
はず？
まだ試していないので、でもできるはずなんです。
奪う能力。
So she's like, you have the power to steal.
はい、私の力を使えば犯人を特定できます。
そう。
She replies curtly. However, it doesn't seem as though she's uninterested in what Kujo is saying. It's as though she's trying to present herself in a certain way. She gazes off to the side, squinting at the sunlight. Yuki murmurs to herself.
所有権を奪う。
Oh,
シーフの能力。
so she's well versed with artifact names. Interesting. I wonder how you learned that information.
そう。あなたが持つ生異物はメルクリウスの指なのね。
Or maybe it has something to do with the anime too. I just thought about that.
あ、セーブ、
なんて
Sounds like she's trying to say Merry
優
Christmas.
秀な生異物ね。けれど、私のジオーダーには劣る。
G
Well, tell me what it is. I'm dying to know. Kujo looks at me like she's asking for backup. After a moment, I just shake my head. Now I get it. The cleverly timed entrance. The ridiculous outfit. She's a total Junie BO. That was close to what I was thinking. I was gonna say she's a weeb, but...
とにかく私なら犯人を探せるんです。だから協力しましょう。
I don't think she's a Chunie BO, though. She doesn't have anything covering her eye. Like, that's the classic trope for
見
it.
つかったらすぐに知らせます。その G オーダーの力は犯人よりも上なんですよね。
そうね。無敵。
You know, I doubt that. I really do.
なら力を合わせましょう。私のメリークリスマスの指と
I'm so glad they made that joke. I was thinking it.
メルクリウス。
Merry Curious.
ごめんなさい。メリ違う。メルクリウスの指と
Mercurius? Mercurius? Is that how you pronounce it? Yes, with the ring of Mercurius. Kujo tries desperately to get on the same wavelength as Yuki, but can't quite match the crazy, leaving her frazzled and red in the face. I love that he just outright calls her crazy. That's great. Should really be staying cautious here, but I'm fighting back a smile. Quite the appealing proposition. Oh, this game got so much better, so quick. I interject. It's one thing to talk about cooperating, but actually going through with it carries certain
俺た
risks.
ちが悪さをしないように監視しているんだよな。
そうね。
ならお前が悪さをしない保証はどこにある？だったら、せめてそっちの能力も明かせ。それで俺たちはやっと対等になる。
I think she's gonna counter with, hey, you haven't told me your power, though. Yep.
対等になりたいなら、
I knew it.
あなたの能力を明かすのが先ではないの？
Knew that where that was going real quick.
あ
This is where he's gonna lose a little bit of footing, because he doesn't know what his power is. We should just make up one. We should just make up one. Well, that certainly hit me where it hurts. I guess I'll have to
あ、わ
skunk
から
me.
ない。
は？
だからわからない。
能力者ではない。
いや、
新見くんはユーザーではありますが、能力が不明なんです。
不明？
まあそういうことだ。
Yuki's expression becomes grim. She's not buying this.
もともと徒党を組むつもりはないけれど、なおさらあなたたちとは組めない。
なぜですか？
むしろ私が問いたい。なぜその男と組んでいるの？
Because she finds me incredibly handsome and funny. Okay, well that was a joke.
この世
But
で一番信用できる人だからです。
即答ね。浅はかな。
I mean, didn't you want a quick response? You wanted the truth, didn't you? In a rare display, Kujo looks offended. Yes, beat her up. Let's do it. Presumably because she really does trust me. Part of me feels happy about that, and the rest of me feels guilty. Mostly because I think Yuki's making a good
能
point.
力を隠す男を信用するなんて
Bruh.
隠しているんじゃありません。わからないんです。
ありえない。生物は主と認めたものに身を委ねる。
I don't even know what my relic is.
でも、あなたよりもずっと事情に詳しい。
九条、ソフィーのことはうかつに話さ。
また内緒話。やはりあなた
Oh
た
my
ちは
gosh.
信用できない。
You are such a pain to deal
タ
with.
ッチって言うなよ。信用できないのは俺だけだ。九条は信用できる。
どうだか石化の能力者と一緒に行動しているなんて。
Are you blaming me?
待ってください。新見くんを疑っているんですか？
だから能力を隠したいので。
違います。
なぜ否定できるの？
新見くんだからです。
Because he is Nimi-kun.
答えになっていない。
なっています。新見くんは人殺しなんてする人じゃありません。
バカバカしい。
何が？
九条、落ち着け。
落ち着けません。新見くんのことを侮辱されているのに黙っているなんて。
あなたの目。
いいえ、それはあなたの目です。
I mean, to be fair, that is very suspicious. Okay?
はあ、
Didn't realize Kujo was so quick to anger. Something tells me this won't be easy to distract her like she was a
な
minute
ぜそ
ago.
こまで新見くんを？
理由はあなたも分かっているはず。分からないなんてありえない。
I mean, I don't think that's indisputable proof that I would be the evil eye user,
それは新見くんが
but
イレギュラーなだけで。
九条、
何ですか？
俺を睨むなよ。
this is literally about me. What do you mean, stay out of it?
ごめんなさい。
I give her a smile and she seems to cool down a few degrees. Her anger is starting to subside, but it's going to take more than that to sort
Yuki.
things out here.
お前の疑いはもっともだ。って言っても、本当にわからないと証明することも難しい。だから、九条、
あ
俺の記憶を奪え。それで、俺の無実は証明できるだろ？
けど、
俺を信用してくれているならやってくれ。疑われるのは気分が悪い。
九条さんがあなたをかばい。
そうはならない。九条は隠し事ができるタイプじゃない。
不確かなことしか言わないわね。
俺のことは疑っていい。だが、九条のことだけは信用しろ。九条が俺を信用してくれているように、俺だって一番九条を信用しているんだ。だから一緒に行動してるんだ。疑う余地はないだろ。 九条頼む。
わかった。
Alright, well, let's try it. Not sure how this will go. Kujo lifts her left hand towards me. She's trembling
大丈夫
slightly.
さ。うまくいく。
新見くんの無実は私が証明する。
The stigma appears on Kujo's hand and glows faintly.
行くね。
あ、
She looks tense, so I smile and nod at her, and she nods back in reply. That's when it happens. The stigma on the back of Kujo's hand disappears.
終わったのか？
え
あ、うまくできなかっ
いえ、できた。ちゃんと。
What did you do? Despite that, Kujo's oddly on edge. She's clearly shaken up.
答えを聞くまでもなさそうね。
た。まさか。
いえ、まさかなんてない。新見くんは無実だった。
そうは見えないけれど。
嘘なんて。
そうね。確かに嘘がつけないタイプのようね。
九条。
So she's accusing us without evidence and then believing us without, like, solid evidence either.
違うの。そう
She's
じゃ
just
な
going
くて。
based on feelings.
ごめんなさい。
あ、そこまで送って。
大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
I'm so confused.
ごめん。
What did she test out? Unable to hide her desire to run away, Kujo gets on her bike. She pedals off in the distance, leaving me behind.
むしろ疑いを強める結果になってしまったわね。
なんとでも言えよ。
尻尾を出した時、私のジオーダーがあなたを裁く。
Okay. Anyways, throwing a cold stare my way, Yuki also leaves. Could it be true? Am I the culprit? I'm so lost. But now I'm very curious too at the same time. I want to know. I sit in class listening with half an ear. After we split up in the park, I tried sending a message to Kujo. I'm fine and I'm sorry. That was all she sent back. She wouldn't elaborate on why she was so shaken up. Am I seriously the culprit? That couldn't possibly be true, although there were strange cases like Kozuka-senpai. What if she got a second personality and I've been doing this without even knowing? What if I've been completely ignorant about it this entire time while I went out and killed people? It's only too believable. It would explain why Kujo's acting the way she is. We said hi today, but we haven't had anything like an actual conversation since then. I let out a little sigh and look up, peeking over at Kujo. Her expression is grim, even more so than the time she was fretting over her hair clip's paranormal activity. Looks like she's also not focusing in class. It also looks like she's trying to figure out a way to tell me the truth. And man, are we hitting off so well, actually, you know? It's thoughts like that where I get all mopey at totally inappropriate times. That makes me kind of question myself. That was Kujo's stigma flashing for a split second on her left hand. Am I seeing things? There it is again, a momentary blue light. I pull up my phone and type a message on my desk that Miss Naruse doesn't notice. Did you just use your power? Kujo pulls out her phone and checks the screen. She then quickly puts it away without replying. Dang, I really want to know what happened. Like, something, like, she found something, and she's, like, really different. I want to know what's going on here. I know that Kujo is a diligent person, but she'd be reluctant to have a text chat in the middle of class, but it doesn't look like her. It isn't like her to just go using her powers on a whim. I wonder if... No, I'm positive this has something to do with what happened yesterday. Kujo conceals her left hand in an unnatural manner. It seems that she's been using her power over and over during class.
Kujo!
Alright, I feel like I need to throw out a guess here. I need to speculate. I think something about the way she stole the memories or like borrowed the memories, it was different than she expected. It's like something, there was like an unintended consequence maybe. And she's testing it out on everyone in the classroom. That's my guess. I think she's doing something here. She's experimenting. But I wonder why that would be the case if that was true. When Kujo leaves the room after class, I run after her and call out to her.
どうしたのって。メッセージ読んだろ。
あ、うん。
大丈夫か？
何が？
様子がおかしいぞ。教室で何度も能力使うなんて。
必要なことだから。
必要？
形のないものを対象にするから狙ったものを奪えないの。
形のないもの、みんなの記憶を奪ってるのか。
Okay, so I was right. She is testing it. I'm wondering though, like I said, if there's some kind of unintended consequence from doing that, like something it happens in a way she didn't expect. Where silence is all the answer I need.
なんでそんなことを
I hoped you'd understand, Ikun. Oh, why am I reading her line?
手当たり次第調べるつもりか
ええ
Okay. I mean, this is very different than what she normally does. I wonder why she was so afraid of what she found out about us, though. Despite being so hesitant back when she used it on me, despite the tremble in her hands when she did it, this was just yesterday. How has she changed this much in the span of a
大
single
丈夫
day?
心配しないで
俺にできることは
私がやらなくちゃいけないから一人でやり遂げたいの
Just trying to think of what it could be. I'm just really confused.
それが私の責務なんだと思う
責務って
今までありがとうもう迷惑はかけません
おい
What? Hold up. Gosh, I'm just trying to rack my brain. Like, what could she have saw? Like, what
どうした？
happened?
大丈夫？
Yoichi, I'm at a loss for words.
九条さんと喧嘩でもした？
いやそういうわけじゃ
そう。朝から二人とも変だけど。
Yeah, you're telling me.
やっぱ喧嘩。
喧嘩できるほど打ち解けてなかったのかもな
あれ？そう？友達以上恋人未満な感じだったのに。
戻ろうぜ今日
うん。
We turn around and head back to the classroom. She won't trouble me anymore. That single comment brings me back the same feeling of unfamiliarity I had back when I just started talking to Kujo, which was another regular customer in 9-Ball. Okay, so the only thing I can think of, guys, is maybe she got the memory of that conversation with Sophie about how she had killed that person. I don't know, maybe something to do with that. I have no idea. Like that's the only thing I can think of. But I'm sure it'll be a surprise. Maybe it's good that I can't guess it quite yet. Frustration is overwhelming. I can't help but feel like Kujo and I have begun to drift apart. I do like this wrench they've thrown in the story, though. This is interesting. For the past few days, Kujo and I have hardly spoken. The only communication we've had has been me constantly sending her messages like some kind of stalker and her replying curtly. She doesn't come over to cook me dinner, nor does she ask me for advice. For what it's worth, I did go back to my folks' place for Golden Week, and Kujo is busy with something or another. But even considering that Kujo is clearly avoiding me, it's as though she no longer deems me necessary. Maybe it'd be an exaggeration to say I'm heartbroken, but I'm certainly pretty down. I felt awful for the whole week. Even when we got back, Kujo remained the same. She hasn't been using her powers in class, but now I'm the only one she's avoiding talking to. Even her usual group of friends are getting the cold shoulder. Being pathetic, I actually feel relieved by that.
ねえみくん
Yes, I'm here. At the end of class, as I'm getting ready to head home, Miss Naruse calls me over. Wonder what she wants with me. I stuff my pencil case in my bag and head to the podium.
何ですか
最近仲良かったのに
はい
九条さんと別れちゃった
Yes, I broke up with her so that I could be with my true love, you. Is this seriously what you wanted to talk
付き合
about?
ってもいませんよ
ありゃそうなのみんながそうじゃないかって言ってたから
I don't know, what do they say about us?
みんな
九条さんを慕う会の皆様
Kujo fan club. Of course there's a Kujo fan
九
club.
条の友達っすか
別れたんじゃないならただの喧嘩
喧嘩ってわけでも
意地になってないで謝ったら
Yes, mommy. I mean, ma'am.
だから喧嘩はしてませんよ俺にも理由がわからないんです
変わる変わる相談に来ててさ村瀬さんとか宮野さんとか
誰っすか
クラスメートの名前くらい覚えなさい
Yes. I don't care about them. They're not
す
important.
んません
It's just her usual
全部
friends.
相談に乗るのも大変だから早く仲直りしてくれるとありがたいんだけど
I love that a teacher would say
っ
that.
て言われても
I randomly look over my shoulder. Kujo's already gone.
それともお家で何かあったのかな コロナの経営が実は危ないとか？
それはないと思いますけど。
じゃあ何か聞いてない？
Well, you know, 2020 was a hard year for all of us.
あ、聞いてるんでしょ。
You see, ma'am, she's been acting strange ever since she read my memories. Yeah, I can't exactly go and say that, can I? Yeah, don't call her ma'am. Call her mommy.
いえ、特に
嘘ついてない？
ついてません。
そっか、心配なんだよね。夜にうちの境内でね、ぼーっとしてたこともあるし。
神社でですか？何してたんです？
That's an important detail.
ああ、私は聞いただけだけどね、お父さんから。九条さんがいたみたいって。何してたんだろうね。とにかくみんな心配してるから早く何とかしてあげてください。
So she's definitely investigating. I think she's trying to maybe look for like a portal between the worlds, like to see how the artifacts came into the world in the first place.
これがですか。
休日に2人で出かけてるところとか目撃されてるから付き合ってないって言い訳は無理があるよね。
Alright, you caught me.
だから本当に付き合ってませんよ。
でもいい感じなんでしょ。頑張れ男の子。
Go get her, Tiger. Miss Naruse gives me a pat on the shoulder and leaves the classroom. Seeing how Kujo is actively avoiding me, I can't do much of anything. Breathe a sigh and return to my desk.
九条さんのこと？
Oh, she was just confessing her feelings for me. Yeah, you guys thought we're going down Kujo's route? Like, nah. Nah, we're going for the true route, okay? The true route is Miss Naruse.
ああ、まあな。
早く仲直りしなよ。かけるが九条さんを財布にしたあげく捨てたって噂流れてるよ。
Wow, okay. How rude.
はあ？なんだよそれ。
面白がって女子が話してる。半分冗談で半分本気って感じかな。
言いたいやつには言わせておけばいいさ。
Yeah, what a terrible thing to say. I'm not that kind of guy. I just want a mommy-dommy girlfriend, okay? Like, I don't want to use anybody for their money. Think my bag over my shoulder and walk
お、
away.
待ってよかける。一緒に帰ろう。
There's nothing I can do. Still, I can't just let things stay like this. I wonder if the reason Sophie hasn't been showing up is because she's with Kujo. Man, I give. Kujo rejecting me was such a shock that I haven't been able to make any rational decisions since. Man, I'm such a wimp. Really, I actually think as far as like these kind of characters go, he's a little bit less of a wimp. Oh, hi Sora, how's it going? Upon returning to my apartment, I find Sora already there, lazing around and munching on chocolates.
食べる？
ああ、食べる。でも入ってねえじゃねえか。
This is empty. Yeet!
うっしゃっしゃ。
She belts out an unnatural chortle, chucking the empty box in the
だって
garbage
みや
can.
こ先輩来る？
Freaking no. Apparently, I have to get with you
来な
now.
いだろうな。
Which is gross. I don't want to get with my sister.
なんだ、ご飯楽しみだったのに。
多分もう来ないぞ。
Just want to get on the teacher route.
犯人探しはどうすんの？
一人でやるってさ。
ミーヤン最近変だなって思ってたけど、喧嘩か。
Why does everyone assume this? I didn't do nothing.
違うけど、
Or maybe I did.
そんな感じかもな。
じゃあこの後ナインボール行こうよ。
は？
私が間に入ってあげるからさ、サクッと仲直りしちゃいなよ。
みんなして仲直りって。
余計なお世話？
I mean, we don't really even know what we're patching up.
いや、ありがとう。
ああ、素直だ。実は結構へこんでる。
まあな。
失恋か。
うっせえな。
おっと、失言でした。ゲームやっていい？
どうぞ。俺のデータ消すなよ。
わかってます、わかってます。
She licks her fingers, presumably because she has some chocolate still stuck to them, before she turns on my portable game console and starts playing with it. She didn't even wash her hands. Ew. Don't be touching my stuff with your sticky, gross, wet hands. Quickly get changed and lay down on the floor.
2人目に石化された人って土曜だっけ？日曜だっけ？
土曜に報道されたから金曜の夜とかかも。
1番目はいつ？
俺が通報したのが火曜日。月曜にはもうあったはず。
じゃあ犯行は日曜とかかもしれないんだ。
かもな。
今週の土日にも犯人やっちゃうのかな。
さあな。
Find myself whispering. I'm not the culprit, right? Sophie's been monitoring me. If it were me, she would have been telling me to find she wouldn't be telling me to find the Evil Eyes user. Besides, if I were the culprit, I'm sure Kujo would have taken some sort of action by now. Maybe she's worrying so much precisely because she can't bring herself to come after me. She can't come to grips with admitting I'm the real culprit and stressing her out. That's a possibility. I don't know if I feel that way, though. Though I doubt she still has all that much regard for me that she'd struggle like that. She could be working with Sophie to form a plan to steal my still unknown artifact. That's a possibility still on the table. I don't know. I don't know. Earlier, Kujo was trying to enhance her ability to snatch the specific memory she was after. Maybe I have memories linked to the culprit. She's trying to delve deeper into the facts. I have no clue. I don't know what to believe now. I can't even believe in myself. I don't want to be alone. I don't know what I might do.
なあ、空。泊まってくか。
あ、うん。
強化はした。
いいの？
ま、たまにはな。
何怖い。何か企んでる？
アホか。
本当に泊まっていいの？
ああ。
やったー！じゃあ明日着替え取ってくるから。
わかった。
よーし、このまま居ついてやろう。
それは許さん。
Yeah, no, you're not.
6時くらいに行くぞ。9ボール。
はいはい。
Replies with a big smile, still mashing on the buttons. I zone out listening to the digital sound of the game, catchy upbeat music and flashy sound effects.
ニンに一口ちょうだい。人参あげるから。
I'm just dying to know what's going on. I have like lots of different little theories, but I just don't have anything that would like give credit to it, so I don't want to just throw them out.
好き嫌いすんな。ちゃんと食え。
別に嫌いじゃないです。野菜よりお肉の方が好きなだけです。
俺だってそうだよ。
Sora and I are having dinner at 9 Ball. Thanks to a bunch of students having just finished up their after-school clubs and somewhat crowded, Kujo is nowhere to be found. Seems like she's not scheduled for today.
残念だったね。みやこ先輩と話せなくて。
I wouldn't be surprised if she asked off.
まあ、週明けにでもまた話しかけてみるよ。
Alright, I just keep thinking about Hakaru, like I feel like his power is a big deal. Like I used to think, oh, it's just maybe it's identifying other artifacts or something. Like I feel like she learned something about him that is connected to the other world in some way, like something big. And I don't know. Maybe it's a problem. I'm not sure.
またお部屋に呼べばいいじゃん。ご飯作ってくれたお礼に今度は俺が作るぜみたいな。
I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff because I'm not sure.
レトルトのソースかけて終わりだな。
Yeah, you could do that.
すごい。私だったらカップラーメンになる。
Alright, Sora, that was funny. I'll give you that one.
ダメだ
We natter on over dinner, but before too long we're
ご
done
ち
eating.
そうさまでした。
な。デザート頼んでもいい？
自分で払うならな。
じゃあいいや。
That's a nope.
先に出てろ。会計するから。
へいへい。ごちそうさまでした。
I get up and walk over to the register while it's taking out my wallet. Sora keeps walking, leaving the cafe. Usually one of our waitresses would come over, but I gasp as Kujo's grandfather, who rarely leaves the kitchen, walks up to me.
1100円になります。
Oh, okay.
はい。
最近、都の帰りが遅いんです。
え、
新見くんの家に食事を作りに行っていると聞いているのですが。
はい。先週までは。でも今週は。
そうですか。無遠慮に上がり込んでご迷惑をかけていないかと心配していたのですが。
そんなことは。とても九条さんにもお世話になっています。
900円の釣りです。
どうも。
また来てください。
はい。ごちそうさまでした。
Interesting. Take my change, bow respectfully, and leave the cafe.
ごちそうさまです。
I feel like that little detail is important. So she's coming home late. I mean, she was spotted at the shrine, right? I think that's where she's going at night, but I wonder why. Like I said, I feel like it has something to do with the connection to the other world because that's apparently where that connection started with the bell breaking, right?
どうしたの？
ビビった。
何が？
九条のおじいさんと初めて話した。
孫はお前にやらんぞ。
そんな感じだったのかもな。俺の部屋に入り浸ってると思ってた。
宮子先輩家に帰ってないの？
そうみたいだな。
大丈夫なのそれ？
大丈夫では。
Yeah, there's definitely something going on. For sure.
どこにいるんだろう。実はそっけなくなったの彼氏できたからとか？冗談だってば、本気でへこまないでよ。
I'm not getting
へこんでねえよ。
sad.
ほれ帰るぞ。
へい。じゃあね、また明日。
ああ、気をつけて帰れよ。
着替え持ってくっかんね。やっぱなしとか言わないでよね。
言わねえって。
よし。じゃあね。
Alright, Sora. I will see you tomorrow then. Not quite in the mood to do that yet, so I wait until Sora is out of sight and make my way to the convenience store. I flip through a few magazines to kill some time. Even after I exit the store, I wander near the station. I watch some adults coming home from work and a few students milling around, but after a couple of hours that crowd is too thinned out. With the students gone, it's like the town has gone to sleep. The later it grows, the more I feel as though I'm the last person on the planet, so silent it is. I expect this is why the Evil Eye's user can run amok without fear of consequences. Kujo is wandering the town at night, most likely searching for the Evil Eye's user. So that should mean I'm not the culprit, because if I were, she'd have no need to wander around. Okay, then why is she avoiding me to begin with? I walk aimlessly, still thinking. Looking around, I realize I'm near the shrine. That reminds me, Miss Naruse mentioned that Kujo has been showing up here at night. I've been subconsciously looking for Kujo. I feel a little hope well up in me that there's a chance I can find her here. I hurry through the imposing gate.
いないか。
I look around. With a sigh, I sit down in a random spot to rest my feet. Would she really be randomly roaming the city at night to search for the culprit? It's an extremely inefficient process. Could it be that Kujo has gotten a hold of some sort of clue? I mean, if she had just told me, I probably could have helped her. Nah, I don't even know what my own ability is. How could I expect her to
ふ
rely
ぬ
on
け
me?
てるわね。
Oh, hello, Sophia. The space in front of me to store it's cleaving a path for my least favorite living plushie.
こんなところで姿を現してもいいのか。
I wonder what his favorite living plushie is then.
あなた記憶力悪いわね。私の姿はお猿さんには見えないの。
はいはい。
何をしているの？
休憩。
休憩？やるべきことを何もしていないのに？
Yeah, because my partner in crime is like going off
久
doing
し
her
ぶ
own
りに
thing.
出てきたと思ったら。なんで喧嘩腰なんだよ。
あなた、アーティファクトの捜索はどうしたの？宮子と行動を共にしている様子もないし。
一人でやるってさ。
あら、愛想つかされたの。
Okay, so Sophia, like, apparently is not working with
記
her.
憶を読まれた直後にな。
記憶？
九条の能力だ。他人の記憶も奪える。
へえ、思ったよりも便利な力ね。
Interesting. She didn't know.
急によそよそしくなって。もしかして俺が魔眼のユーザーなんじゃって歌っ。
それはないわね。
もっと早くその言葉を聞きたかった。
いくらでも言ってあげたのに。あなたに愛想をつかしたのは、どうせ下心を見抜かれたからでしょ。
Oh, is that really what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the fact that he's like maybe secretly into her.
下心。
鼻の下伸ばして。
That can't be it, really? Because like she's blowing off her friends too. I feel like there's more to that. I don't know. After finding out something she shouldn't, my feelings for her. I don't know. Is that really all it is? Hits me. Finally, after so long in the dark, it all clicks. Oh, so she found out about that. Okay, that's what I thought. So I was kind of right.
知っちまったんだ。
何を？
あの男を間接的に殺してしまったって。
ああ、あの炎の。
くそ、責務って言ったんだ。だから責任を感じて躍起になって力を使いまくって。
力を乱用しているの？
ああ、授業中にクラスの連中の記憶を。
力に飲まれたわね。
飲まれる？
周囲を火の海にした。
九条をあんなやつと一緒にするな。
わからないわよ。アーティファクトが当たり前に存在する私の世界ですら、強い力を持てば人は変わってしまう。
Okay, we're finally getting into this. Interesting. Because, I mean, I've been asking why that guy went crazy. I've been talking to
だって使い
y'all in the
たいもの
comments.
誇示したいもの、人にはない自分だけの力を。だから私たちセフィロトがある。お猿さんを調子づかせないためにアーティファクトを管理している。
九条もあんな風になる。
さあ、あんなに騒がしくはならないと思うけど、でも力を使うことにためらいがないのなら、もう都は落ちたのでしょうね。
Well, frick. Okay.
でも九条は正義のために力を使っている。今だって魔眼のユーザーを探すために。
本当にそのため？
どういう意味だ。
I
他
have no
人
idea.
の記憶すらも奪える。他人の経験が自分のものとなる。獲物を探しているのかもね。極上の記憶を持つ誰かさん。
Are you trying to imply that she's looking for like a high, like someone who used drugs would?
私を睨んでいる暇があったら探した方がいいんじゃ。
言われなくても。
I whip out my phone and send Kujo a message. I tell her about how her grandfather is worried. Ask her where she is now. Tell her that I'm sorry for keeping what happened to that man a secret. That she doesn't need to shoulder the burden by herself. And at last I plead that she let me lend her a helping hand. I sent her message after message. No reply. Not even a red notification.
こちらの世界の技術には目を見張るわ。アーティファクトを使わずに遠くの仲間と連絡を取れるのだけれど、相手が答えないのならば無意味ね。
九条のいる場所に
あるわけないでしょ。あなた相当切羽詰まってるわね。
そうだよ、焦ってるよ。
怒鳴らないでよ。野蛮ね。まさか都が面倒をかけるなんてね。仕方ない。手伝ってあげるわよ。
I will say this is quite the unexpected plot twist here.
助かる。
土地勘がないから期待しないで。
ああ、
Wasn't expecting her to be the one that goes crazy. Where would Kujo likely be? No, wrong question. Where would the evil eyes user likely be? Kujo hasn't been overcome by her powers. I'm sure she's just trying to make sure justice is served. Where? Somewhere unpopulated, but also somewhere where they could find a
わ
victim.
かるかよ。
Spit out running. I have a bad feeling. Kujo is diligent and straight-laced. However, she can be easily swayed emotionally. This is exactly why we have to be careful of her. We can't leave Kujo alone in the state she's in. That's why my hunch is telling me. It's not like Kujo is just go about using her powers in her classmates without a moment's hesitation. Should have realized something was wrong with her when I saw that. Why haven't I tried to consider Kujo's feelings even just a little? It's all been about me.
九条。
Start messaging her, not breaking my stride. Message after message, but no reply comes. Would it be better to leave her alone? Even if Kujo does find the culprit, what can I do? But then why do I have this sense of foreboding? Practically betraying Kujo. I'm putting her in the same category as a student who went nuts. How many hours have I been wandering around with nothing to show for it? I'm short of breath, I'm physically drained, and I'm fast approaching my limits. My phone finally vibrates. It's a message from Kujo. Already found the evil eyes user. I'll fulfill my obligation.
九条。九条。
Well, frick. I mean, this is definitely going in a different direction. The man died because of an act of God. None of that was your fault, Kujo. You already found them? Does that mean you identified the culprit a long time ago? But then, your obligation? Does that mean
九条は。
she's gonna make contact with the culprit? No, she's already made
So-
contact. That's irrelevant. You can't just confront the culprit on your own.
どこだ。どこだ。
I search, run, search. I sent a message. There's no red notification, no reply either.
九条。
Pray that she hears it with no response. I'm filled with a sense of dread. Dang, I mean, this certainly got intense quick. I have a wild hunch at the back of my mind. The sudden idea brings me to here. This place is far away from where anybody lives. As long as you don't cause a big scene, no one will ever notice you. People tend not to come here. It's out of the public eye. Sophie is here already. She's looking down at
一
something.
足遅かったわね。
This better not be what I think it is.
なんだよ。九条。
That's where I thought this was going.
Kujo. Kujo.
All I know is what came of it. She confronted the culprit, and the culprit murdered her.
あら、アーティファクトを奪っていない。これは回収させてもらうわ。
She detaches something from Kujo's corpse. Her corpse. Where did that word come from? She's still...
残念ね。見込みのある子だったの。まあ、仕方ないわね。相手の方が上手だった。都は単独で行動すべきじゃなかった。
Well, holy frick, guys.
せめて空と協力すれば勝機もあったでしょうに。憎い？許せない？さあ、感情を解放なさい。覚醒の時よ。
I knew Sophitia was very much like Kyubey.
私すら知らないその力を今こそ目覚めさせるの。さあ、かける。ダメね。あなたは見込み違い。さようなら。次の可能性を探ることにする。
帰ろう。
I'm sorry, I'm not saying much. I'm just like kind of shocked. I'm like, go back to the beginning.
9、9つ、9日、9の色。
What? What? I'm so lost. What is going on? Bruh. What? Do I do a new game? Did I fail? I guess that was a bad ending. I did hear from somebody that there was a bad ending. That you have to get the bad ending first. And that's a spoiler. And I was told later, like, who told you that? That's a spoiler. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know what happened. I just heard there was a bad ending. And then you go on to her route. But I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. I did not expect this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I end it here. I'm assuming I do a new game. Like, maybe, if y'all are seeing this, maybe leave me a comment that I need to do that. I don't know. I probably won't. I don't know. I want to play another. I want to do another episode right after this now because I need to know what happened. I'm like, what the frick? So maybe I'll record them back to back. We'll see. Oh wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just like. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over it. I'm like, oh, okay, that was a rather abrupt ending. Very shocking. But anyways, guys, I hope you are enjoying this as much as I am. I know a lot of you have already played this game and are just probably enjoying watching me like try to figure out what in the world's going on. I'm really trying hard. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.